If you don't slow down, you're going to regret it. The long hours, the projects, the pressure, all of these things. If you don't slow down, one day you're going to wake up and realize that you missed what was right in front of you. You were never really there. And I've seen what this can do to a person. I've worked with clients for over 13 years. One of my clients, he was sitting watching a basketball game with his kids, and out of nowhere, this rage just came out of him, screaming at the television. It scared his kids. One of them checked in with him and asked, "Dad, are you okay?" He thought he was able to mask it. But this was a wake-up call, helped him realize that his kids end up feeling everything. I have another client, entrepreneur, super upbeat, very energetic, but carrying so much responsibility and facing so many challenges. And one day he found himself smashing something against the wall and deeply was filled with so much shame, realizing, wow, this is so out of character of me. I want you to imagine what has to build up inside of you to explode like that. Look, this is not to add any more shame or embarrassment to what you might be carrying, but it's to shed a light on something that might go unacknowledged for far too long. But before we get into it, my name is Oliver Manalesa, and for over 13 years, I've been a guide for high achievers, helping them end the war within and unlock peaceful prosperity in their lives and in their businesses. If you've been feeling overwhelmed, stuck, like you just need a sounding board, you need a space for you to be able to untangle the mess and reconnect with what matters, realign with the purpose and the aspirations that you feel the most called to with your gifts, then please use the link below and schedule a guidance session with me. So one of the things that is just so painful to hear is the stories like I just shared with you, these random outbursts and the deep regret and the moments of reflection that come afterwards of just like, wow, what happened? Like who was that person who exploded at the TV, who broke something against the wall? We realize that all of this performance is not presence. And all of this doing more and filling our day with so much busyness is actually slowly breaking us. And I think it's so important that we hit these points sometimes, because we need to realize that we can't hide the truth. We might be able to hide it from ourselves, but it finds its way, it filters its way out to the people that we care about. In one shape or form, they start to feel it. They start to feel the ramifications of suppressing or holding this down. And I need you to slow down with me for a second. Like really reflect. How much needs to be on your heart? How much pressure needs to be on your shoulders to crack like that? And just imagine what the aftermath of that is. To know that as a high achiever, as a conscious person, to let that build up over time. One of my clients, he was exactly this type of person, where he was carrying the weight of his shoulders. And the exact words that he used was he didn't realize that he was trying to hide it, trying to keep it from his family, from his employees, from his family members. But man, all that people pleasing, all that saying yes, all that betraying of himself and his values, it literally led to having like an F off written on his forehead. He didn't realize that he couldn't keep it from the people he loved. That truth was screaming through his pores. Or another set of clients who I've been working with, in many ways they're doing so well. Like all these clients, they're doing well. They're powerful human beings with so much potential. But there is a disconnect that's underneath the surface that needs to be looked at. Like this husband and wife that I've been working with, and all of the work and all of the doing and all of the performance got in the way of the need to actually slow down and individuate and really tap into the truth that's been hiding within their own individual souls, realizing that there was a level of discomfort, there was a level of emotional availability that they needed to be able to sit with. And once they were able to tap into that, they realized that, oh, wow, I need to bring this into my marriage to be able to sit with the discomfort and the pain and the struggle and the anguish of my partner rather than try to fix it or control it. This ability to slow down helped unlock this clarity. Or this client that I've been working with for the past 9 months, from the beginning, from the outset of our work together, knowing that physical fitness and health and well-being was so important. It was actually one of the first aims in the coaching together. No vacation in so many years. And knowing that this was something that needed his attention. And he came this close to missing a trip of a lifetime because he threw his back out. And he was in such immense pain. He almost missed an opportunity to spend time in nature, in solitude, unplugged from all of the worries and all the stresses that have been burdening him for so many years. It was this whisper that he ignored, and because of that, it turned into his body screaming for his attention. And so if you're a high achiever, I think it's important to acknowledge that slowing down isn't a weakness. It's not like you're going to miss out on momentum, that you're going to miss out on opportunity. It's actually you being able to choose what matters before it's too late. Look, every single one of the people that I have mentioned here, these incredible human beings who are so gifted, so purposeful, so intentional, but even this aspect, they've let it slip in one way or another. Overwhelmed, at war with themselves, leading towards burnout because trying to love their family the only way that they knew, by overgiving and over-sacrificing and under-acknowledging and overlooking themselves and the reality that was happening underneath. And it was a road to regret. And it's such a blessing to be able to acknowledge and have these wake-up calls and actually have these sacred containers where we can confront the truth so that they can make the adjustments that they need to avoid that future of regret. And look, if this sounds like you, I think it's so important that you treat this as your sign, as a wake-up call that you don't need to be more productive. You don't need to add more things to your plate. You don't need another strategy. What you need is space to slow down, to breathe, and to actually see yourself and your life much more clearly. It's time that you remove things from your plate. It's time that you stop all of the doing and invite more stillness into your life. You got to have some of that space to be able to reflect and ask yourself, what's actually mine to carry? And look, if you want a safe and sacred space to go deeper, please use the link below to read my book, The Daily Prosperity Method. This is the rhythm and the structure that I've used with all of my clients over the years. And if you want to go deeper than that, if you want further support, then please use the link below to book a guidance session with me. I'll help you find that calmness and clarity that you've been looking for so that you can finally come home to yourself and Get to a place where you can be realigned with your purpose and doing more good with your gifts. Thank you so much for being with me. Until next time, be well.